publicized. We sincerely apologize for the delay and the break in transmission of every activity that we had planned. Please confirm you can hear me audibly, because I want to be sure it's not my network. Some people say the audio is low. Is the audio low or clear? I just want to be sure. Please check your networks, because I believe that a number of people said they can hear me clearly. So I believe it's probably your network that is making you not being able to see me or not being able to hear me as well. We'll start again shortly. Somebody said it's echo. Is there, if you're on two devices, it most likely would echo on your end. The space I am is as quiet as possible. If audio is breaking, most likely may also be from your end, maybe as a result of your network. My name is Blessing, and I'm just going to stand in the interim till Kike gets back in here. Welcome once again to everyone who weren't able to join initially. Sincere apologies to everyone who joined initially. We'd like to say welcome again. We know you have probably done that in the previous meeting link that we're using, but we also want you to still use this meeting link to probably share updates on where you are joining us from. Just quickly put your name and where you are joining us from, so that we can be able to capture it also on this call. Please put your name and where you are joining us from. I just want to confirm from my colleague if this meeting is currently being recorded. Please confirm if this meeting is currently being recorded. I would like to seek your consent that this meeting will be recorded, just for the purpose of you being able to revisit it, so that we can also have it for reference and for archiving purposes. So please, let's take note that this meeting is going to be recorded. So by the virtue of you joining this call, you are signing up also to having a recorded session, so you can revisit it as well. So once again, welcome everyone. I'm excited to be here. I'm Blessing again. I am the head of programs at Tech for Dev. Well, my state, I would say I'm also I'm based in Lagos, but I'm from Delta and also from Kwara. So I'm in Nigerian generally. I'm also from the US, right? I'm also a Ghanaian, right? I thrive where everywhere is thriving, you know. Yes, I'm also from Senegal. Yeah, I'm from Senegal as well. I thrive where everyone is thriving. So welcome everyone to the call. Excited to be here. Excited to have every one of you. I'm excited about the next 4 months. Fun fact, BDEI is very, very, very dear to my heart, because I mean, it's been one project that I have loved for the last 7 years. And so having us do this and having you be a part of this is a major reality. I'm serious. I'm super, super, super excited about what's beyond the 4 months, what the next few years will look like for you. I also like to say that I once joined a program like this that built my capacity as a young person. So I want you to see this beyond a training. I want you to see this as an avenue where your skill sets will be developed to become the next leaders, next change agents within both the nonprofit and private sector. So see every opportunity as an opportunity for you to grow, as an opportunity for you to learn, and as an opportunity for you to prepare for the future of work, as an opportunity for you to be able to get that skill set that you need to be able to thrive in the workplace, either at the business level, either as an entrepreneur, or if you decide to go into the social impact sector. I think that's one of the things that success will look like for us. Looking back few years down the line, and we see that some of you have started a non-profit, or some of you have started the program, some of you joined this, and this is where life transformed. And I'm super, 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 super excited once again. If you can still hear me, I would like you to please use a caption to or a thumbs up just to let me know that you can still hear me and you can hear me audibly. Oh, you can. Awesome. 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 So I want to ask a question, very, very not related to these conversations as we move into the class. I hear that some people do not like dodo. Dodo is plantain. So if you are here and you don't like plantain, just write no. I have something important to ask you. If you're here and you do not, emphasis of you do not like, oh, yeah. You say, if you don't like plantain, just say no. I have a question to ask you. If you don't like plantain, you do emphasis. I did not say do you like it. I said if you do not like plantain, like dodo, like the one that is very, very ripe, and you now fry it, then the oil will now be, or even plantain generally. If you don't like, the call is currently being recorded. If somebody is asking you, will this call be recorded? It's currently being recorded. If you don't like plantain, please say no. Okay, so I can see that there are a number of comments and feedback here. Okay, Demisola Kayode says no, and Abdul Basit says no. Um, what else? Real one says no. Real one, you are lying. Real one is lying because how do you say no and you smile? No, real one, you have to pick a struggle. I do not agree with your decision. Rabe Abad, that name sounds very familiar. I think from a previous project. It's good to have you on this project. Super excited to have you on this project. I mean, that name rings a bell. Excited to have you on this project as well. Um, um, so yes, Demisola Kayode, you said you do not like plantain. What offense did plantain do to you? Who offended you? Why exactly don't you like plantain? Why? Can't believe it. Ah, surprising. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. So you mean you don't like plantain? Plantain with beans, plantain and rice, plantain and egg. Ah, plantain with gari, plantain with chicken. Huh. My God. I don't worry, sorry, I've tried every variance of it. Like sometimes you even let the plantain, you leave it so that it will soak oil, ororo, you know. Oh, somebody said, precious I should not make her own. Hey, yeah. Ah, then sometimes you now use Hollandia to step it down. Oh, plantain with bread. My God. Ah, ah, my father. Ah, you people are missing. You mean you don't? You mean ah? Oh, like the Hollandia will be chilled, the water will be dropping from the body. I hope you have eaten your house this morning, Sha. I'm not the one that is. Are we ready? Are we good to go? Um, are we good to go? We're ready, right? We're almost ready. Okay. So I'm just trying to let you know. I love plantain, but plantain with guava. I've not tried it before, but I can attempt it too. I feel like that's something to explore. I can explore. Plantain and suya. My. Hey, my. Ah. Plantain and suya. Omo. Eh? Okonta, Rita Oluchi, I will waybill it for you. Please, can somebody help me to take a screenshot of the promise that was made by 10:45 a.m. by Okonta? She says, I will waybill it for you. Please. I know I should joke with food at this stage of my life. Don't worry, you'll find out later. But please, let agreements be agreements. Not that it will reach time for settlement. You now be telling me nonsense. I just sang a song go by Osofia. Agreement is agreement, so please. Agreement should be agreement too. All right, everyone. Are we good to go now, family? All right, so let's make welcome back. I'm handing over to Kike. So let's make welcome back, Kike Loma. I'll see you on the other side soon. Thank you for engaging.
All right. Thank you so much, Blessing. Thank you for handling that while we try to transition. Okay. Well, we have spent so much time, and I wouldn't want us to drag any longer. So I would go on to the next thing on our agenda, which is the welcome um, address by um, our Essential CM, our country manager, the uh, person who happens to be the reason why we are here today is the brain behind why this program is happening. And I would want you to please take out your time to appreciate him. Abraham Apan is the Tech for Dev country manager for Nigeria and Sub-Saharan Africa. Please, a round of applause. My CM is not speaking. If you don't celebrate him, please, you have to celebrate him. Celebrate him. I can't see the celebration. Please let them keep coming. Please let me collect my salary month end. Celebrate him, please. We have to celebrate him. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. All right. Thank you for the energy. Thank you, my CM. The floor is yours.
Okay, thanks so much, everyone. It's actually a great pleasure to have you join us here today. Before I go on to to give my speech, I want to sincerely apologize to every single one of you for the delay in actually starting this particular onboarding process. Usually that's not something that happens, but it's just a particular glitch, and being able to migrate from the platform that we usually would use for programs like this, and we're actually testing out a new platform. So on behalf of the team, I would like to sincerely apologize, and just also let you know that that would not be happening within the nearest future. So distinguished guests, partners, instructors, mentors, and most importantly, our incoming community champions. I want to say a very good welcome to every single one of you. From every one of us at Tech for Dev, we've been part of your journey from your application stage, listening, watching your videos, reading your application. And so we are quite excited to have you join us here today. Today is going to mark the beginning of a journey for the 149 of you that has been accepted to join this pilot cohort. And because you are going to be representing your communities across Nigeria. Let me take you back to why this program exists. Despite the growing adoption of digital technologies, a significant number of young people in underserved communities across Nigeria still lack access to the foundational AI literacy skills, practical digital skills, and a structured learning opportunities that helps them to be able to be part of the digital economy. This gap limits the ability to participate meaningfully in the digital economy and widens the existing inequalities. Personally, I used to say that if you could imagine before the that artificial intelligence became very prevalent, there was still a large gap that existed. Now imagine with the advent of artificial intelligence, the gap is going to widen further. The Be the Community Champion initiative was designed to close both gaps at once, combining both technical training with leadership development so that every participant becomes not just digitally skilled, but equipped to serve as an advocate and a teacher within their community. And this is because this program has been designed to raise the next generation of social entrepreneurs, founders, and also community advocates. I'm going to take a pause from my well-written speech to be able to speak to you from my heart before I go back. I want you to believe that this program was not just designed because at Tech for Dev we're looking for what the next program will really be about. Because if we really wanted to do that, we have a plethora of programs that we have actually designed, are currently executing. We decided to design this particular program because we believe that young people should have a voice. And if we are going to be part of that process, we're going to be providing a platform where young people with their voice for their community can be equipped to become advocates for their community, and they can be able to drive change through this particular program. At Tech for Dev, we believe that when access becomes equal, opportunities become equal too. Our mission is to bridge the gap by equipping young people with skills, the exposure, the confidence, the opportunities that they need to thrive in the digital economy. One thing I want to be able to say to you today is you have to pass it forward. Blessing said something during her when she has started this conversation with you, is that you have the opportunity to be able to raise the next champion in your community. So I'm putting a chance to you today is pass it forward. Over the next 1 month, you will go through an intensive bootcamp covering digital literacy foundations, foundation and applied AI literacy, leadership and influence. You will also learn about how to facilitate sessions, how to design programs just like this, and how to be able to monitor and report on your progress. You will learn about the use of AI and that AI is nothing to fear, but it is a tool that will strengthen your productivity and expand what you're actually capable of. Because at the heart of this program, because you are at the heart of this program, once you complete the bootcamp, you will transit into the cascade phase where you'll be responsible for being able to ensure, like I mentioned previously, you must pass it forward. We are believing in you that you would pass it forward. So before I leave you today, I want to drop or share with you my 3 thoughts. First, we must commit fully. If you notice during your interview process, we're very particular because this program received thousands of applications. And because you are here today, because we believe that you have the DNA that is required to pass it forward. And for this, I want to encourage you to commit fully, not just because it's nice to have or because you want to be able to say, oh, I went to a program through Tech for Dev. You must take a chance on yourself. The value you take out of this program will be exactly proportional to what you put into it. Show up even on the days you do not feel like it because you are the best to happen in your community and you must pass that best forward. Secondly, lead boldly. You are not just being trained as learners. We are preparing you as leaders. And when you return to your community to deliver your cascade sessions, take up space with confidence. I remember telling someone yesterday that one of the best way you can thrive is to believe that you belong in any room that you enter. So lead boldly. Thirdly, stay connected. You will go through this bootcamp together. You will face challenges as you impact your community. You today we are introducing you to over 100 other persons who are community champions across Nigeria. We are introducing you to lifelong friends, lifelong partners, and people that you can build businesses and enterprise with. To our facilitators, instructors, and to the entire programs team, thank you for the work that has gone through this whole process of putting this program together. And once again, congratulations to our incoming community champions. Remember, if you do not finish the program, you are not a champion, right? So imagine just imagine that this is just the start. So I'm going to, click on your mark and I'm going to say set, go. It means that by the time you are at the finish line, which is after the next 4 months, I look forward to seeing you and congratulating you as you get to the finish line. So once again, congratulations to every one of you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you. So over to you, Kike.
Thank you so much, Abraham, for that welcome, amazing remark. You people, you are not clapping for Kike. Kike just told you about how our salary is at stake. And I was expecting that I would see a lot of clapping and a lot of talking and using the comment section. But apparently, seeming like people that are not for Kike are more than people that are for her. Please, let's celebrate my country manager for Nigeria and Sub-Saharan Africa. Thank you very much. Please don't drop phone number here. Oh. People have started. Don't drop any phone number. Don't worry, there will be avenue for you to be able to connect with each other. Don't drop your phone number. It's at risk. Don't forget that there's something called data privacy and data protection. So please protect yourself. Before they will sell your number to MTN and collect 100 naira recharge card, and the MTN will be bombarding you with, well, you know what I mean. No, I'm not talking about MTN as I swear, but data protection is key. Please, let's take note of that. All right. Thank you so much, Abraham, for that remark. I'm supposed to move on to the next session. And the next session is speaking about a little bit about Tech for Dev and also talking about the BDEI Championship Program. While I would dwell a little around this BDEI Community Championship Program, I would just want to tell you a little bit about Tech for Dev. We are a non-profit. The organization is called Technology for Social Change and Development Initiative. Technology for Social Change and Development Initiative. We've been in existence since 2016. So by September this year, that's in less than 2 weeks, we would be 10 years. Will be 10 years, and that is 10 years of doing impactful work across Africa. 10 years of doing impactful work across Africa. This, if you can see the screen, it just talks a little bit about what we've done thus far. Till date, we have reached a total of 316,630 people across 30 African countries. And then we have, aside from the 30 African countries, we also have other countries. We total it to 58 countries across the world. I think you should clap for us very well. I can see the screen. I don't know. Can anybody see the screen? But I can see the screen. And I'm not the one sharing, so I can see the screen. Can any other person see the screen? It could be your network. You can see the screen, right? Awesome, great. It could be your network. So something you also know is that of these 316,000 people plus people that we have reached, 82% of these people are women and girls across different communities, especially in rural and underserved communities, right? And we've been able to reach over 1.3 million indirect participants, over 1.3 million indirect participants. I know that there are some people who have probably gone through our programs before who are on this call at this time, and you would attest to us about Tech for Devs. When we say we are who we are, we actually mean that we are who we are, right? One key thing we also like to mention to you is that across our intermediate program, we have over 72% of our participants who have been able to secure jobs as a result of the programs they've gone through. We have 77% who have been able to, so 72% has like first-time jobs, 77% either changed job or went through either entrepreneurship, freelancing opportunities and the likes. And then we have over 82% who have reported that they have at least increased, maybe even if it's 50% in their income for people who did not change jobs, people who maintain their jobs, have increase in their salaries or in their incomes generally. Our program as an organization is divided into 3 key areas. We have our training programs divided into basic, intermediate, and advanced. Whereas we do other projects, other things aside from training. We focus a lot around advocacy. We do a lot of work around policy development. We support the government just to ensure that they are building systems, policies that helps digital literacy accessible to everybody across Nigeria and the globe where possible. So I just thought it was very important for us to mention. So by the end of this program, you'll be added to the number of our direct participants who have gone through our program. And then by the time you also go ahead and we deliver will also be added to the number of people who have directly reached as a result of the program that we are doing. I think it's amazing. It's amazing work that Tech for Them is doing. I'm excited that you're joining with us at this phase. Can I please have the next slide? Okay, thank you. I just realized that I've been speaking without showing you my beautiful face. You don't do that here. I need to be able to show you. If this face will motivate you today, please let it motivate you. Okay, so let's talk about BDEI and why now, why the program. So key thing you should know, the BDEI is the Basic Digital Education Initiative. Why did we have this program? I think while Abraham was speaking, Abraham spoke about the importance of how technology is transforming, how AI is changing and shaping things, and how a lot of people are asking themselves questions like, is AI going to fit me? Is it wrong? Is it bad? And whatever, right? So this program was designed with the intent to, first of all, it was designed as an opportunity to reshape education, to reshape the work, how we view entrepreneurship, and how we view civic participation, both at an individual and even as a community level, right? One key thing we usually will say as an organization is that we do not want anybody to be left behind. And that's why we have an initiative that's how we have an initiative that caters to basic digital needs of people across communities, right? So in the course of this program, a number of things will be happening. We would have digital skills training. We'll be able to onboard you or take you through pretty much some basic digital skill sets. This previous slide, we would also be able to take you through things around leveraging tools and tools that will be helpful on the journey. There will be a lot of awareness creation. We will build your confidence as a result of this program because you'll be interacting with people. I want you to be confident while you do it. There would also be, as a result of the entirety of this program, it would be improving both your social and your economic skill sets. Key thing you should also know is that the model we are using for this training is what we want you to learn. We want you to see yourself as part of the change agent for your community. So giving back system is going to be very, very important because at the end of the day, we want to be able to develop a network of community champions who promote digital inclusion by not just learning, but by being able to design and also deliver digital and AI literacy initiatives across your respective communities. Next slide. Okay, so at a glance, we just want you to know that by being here and by signing the contract, you signed up for a 4-month engagement. Within the 4 months, we'll have 12 bootcamp sessions. That's 12 different sessions. We'll have 5 leadership series, fantastic leadership series, where you get to meet amazing people. Most likely, you may not meet me because, I don't know, they say I'm a leader, but they don't rate me like that, but they rate me small. But I mean, we'll have 5 leadership series, and then we'll have across the 6 geopolitical zone in Nigeria, would have several community sessions. You see this part, it is super, super, super dear to my heart because it gives me goosebumps every time. I would share an insight with you. Last year, February, I was in Taraba and in Castina. And I remember very well in Castina last year that we were doing something similar, but we're training teachers in Castina, secondary school teachers, I think primary and secondary school teachers in Castina on digital literacy. And when we're trying to get feedback from them around what they learned, and even in one of the classes, we discovered that for 70% of the class, and I'm referring to a class size of close to 200, that was the very first time they were hearing about AI. That was the first time they were learning about ChatGPT. That was the first time they were learning about Canva. That was the first time they were using it to work as a tool. And I look back and I'm like, this is amazing and insightful, seeing that we are training educators to be able to leverage these tools because AI has come to stay. And so we need to move as it's moving, right? And so I'm excited about community project because I know that there'll be a lot of transformative stories that will happen both for you and also for your participants. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, So the next slide is for me to say thank you very much for listening to me. I don't know if you have questions. If you do have questions, leave it in the comment section. My colleague would be gracious to respond to whatever questions that you have. But I'm on a ride, and I would like you to please journey with us on this ride, because it's going to be exciting. It's going to be amazing. Glad that we're part of this community. So when Tech for Dev clocks 10 finally in September, you also get to celebrate that milestone with us, because you are on this journey with us. One thing I would say, because I'm not certain about my coming back on this call, I mean, because I have other engagements, but I would say that see this as an opportunity that God has given to you to upskill yourself and to become better change agent to your community. See this as an opportunity for you to be able to find other people who have visions like you and who are going on a destination of change, right? So see this as an avenue for you to find people. There are the number of things that will happen here, right? So see this as an avenue for you to be able to meet people that are going on this journey. Final thing I would say, when we go out for events, when we go for meetings, usually we look out for the big names. We want to associate with the fantastic speakers. We are quick to find and follow them on LinkedIn. We are quick to ask them to mentor us. But I would say this, we are our greatest assets. So every one of you, that's the 140 something people that have signed the contract and are on this program, are your greatest assets. So while you are looking outside, please look within. Don't forget that if you want to travel far, you have to travel together. Of course, if you want to travel fast, you may want to travel alone, but traveling alone sometimes makes the journey lonely. But if you want to travel further and faster, then you need to go with others. So see your other 140 something people as the greatest assets that you have, that God has given to you to learn and upskill with. So thank you so much for listening to me. And about what you should refer to me as, my name is Blessing without a prefix. So leave the Miss or Mrs. alone and just call me Blessing. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your session.
Okay, thank you so much, Blessing, for that amazing session. Thank you for walking us through what Tech for Dev is about and what BDEI Community Champion Program is about. We are so grateful for that. And of course, I have to say thank you to our country manager, Abraham Akpan, for delivering an amazing welcomes address. Thank you so much. Okay, so the next thing on our agenda now is understanding the program structure and journey. Just like Blessing had mentioned, we have 4 months, and of course, you are all aware that you signed up for 4 months 4-month journey. Yes, it's a journey of learning, of building capacity, and of making impact. So I'm going to be walking us through how the journey would look like. So I'm moving to my next slide. So the journey, the program structure, we have 2 phases for the program. We have the phase 1 as the intensive bootcamp phase. This is going to run for 4 weeks, live instructor-led sessions, where you are going to be learning a whole lot from our amazing facilitators. And we have 2 modules in this session. Also, we have our trainings to hold for the bootcamp phase from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So Thursday and Friday, we are going to be having our classes from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And on Saturday, we are having classes from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Right? Also, we have 12 sessions in the bootcamp phase. Right? We have 12 sessions where we are going to be looking into digital and AI literacy, leadership, facilitation, and project design. Then moving to the phase 2, right, which is continuous learning, just like I have it on the slide, continuous learning and community projects. So month 1, we have the intensive bootcamp, 4 weeks, and month 2, we have month 2 to 4, we have the continuous learning and community projects, right? And so At this phase, we are taking all what we have learned from the intensive boot camp, all what we have learned on that phase, we are moving them now to apply them in our community. We are going into your community to start applying all of your learnings. And also, as you're applying your learnings in your community, you are also taking part in continuous learning. So on phase 2, we still have learnings ongoing. We have 5 leadership series, an amazing package for you, 5 leadership series. And also at this phase, learnings will now happen twice monthly, and lessons will happen on Fridays only. Friday to bi-weekly sessions. Then we move to the community project. So that is where you are making your impact. I just wanted to speak more to this, where you are impacting other young people within your community. You are paving way for other young people within your community to learn from from the knowledge you have gained on the program. So now moving to the journey, the timeline and the key milestones. The timeline and the key milestones. So starting from August to September, our boot camp will run. So by next week, we are starting the boot camp phase. We are going to communicate all of the materials you need for you to be prepared for your first day lesson. All of that will be communicated with you. So from next week, Thursday, you will kick off the boot camp phase, and this will move from August to September, right? 4 weeks, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for classes. Then we have October, November. We have continuous learning and community projects, where you are able to impact, you are able to empower others in your community with your knowledge. You are able to design projects that will impact others. And as you are impacting others and as you are taking part in continuous learning, there's also opportunity for you to be mentored and also take part in community of practices, where you have other people who where you have other participants that where you can share knowledge and learnings from delivering your community project. So basically, the community of practice has to do with sharing of knowledge among participants. You've implemented your community projects, and we have other participants who are struggling maybe with one challenge or the other, trying to implement their own projects. You can give advices, you can share knowledge on what you learned and how they can apply that to implement their own project. And also you can share your challenges while implementing your projects, and you will see others who are willing to assist you. Then we have December. So in December, the community impact reflection. So once we move to December, by this time, the first week of December, we are already reflecting on how our community projects went. We are reflecting on our key learnings, the challenges we faced, and the impact we have been able to make. So each participant is able to do that reflection within that first week in December. And yes, still within December, after we have completed all learning phase, we have implemented community projects. Then we have what we call the graduation, where we are going to be celebrating ourselves, and we are going to be certifying everyone who was able to complete all phases of the program. Right. So I'm moving to the next slide. You can keep your questions, can drop them in the chat box or keep them in case you have. Okay, so all right, so thank you. That is all I have with regards to the program structure and your um, key milestones. So at this phase, I'm going to be passing the mic to Ololade, where she would be sharing with us the expectations from participants, what we expect that participants should know. Over to you, Ololade.
Thank you very much, Kike. Hello, everybody, and good afternoon. Once again, I'd like to apologize for how things started out, but it looks like we're all settling in quite nicely. So, welcome again, everybody. I am sharing my screen. I don't know if anybody can see it. It's taking some time to come up, but my screen is currently being shared. And as Kike already mentioned, my name is Ololade Abiodun, and I am on the instructional design team, the instructional design affiliate. And today I'm just going to be discussing with you, will I say ground rules or will I call them expectations? Most likely expectations, some of which you already are aware of because of the MOU you signed. Some you'll be getting to know in this meeting and in every other document we'll be sending in the coming days. All right, I see that my screen is currently off. Let me just switch it to presentation view. All right, awesome. Sorry, pardon me, my network is quite slow. So even though you can see my screen, I can't see my screen yet. Okay, so fellowship expectations, your agreement, and then your code of conduct. Basically, this is what I would like to call housekeeping rules. What is expected of you, what is expected of Tech for Dev, and how do we meet the goal that we are trying to, how do we reach the goal that we are trying to achieve? So first of all, we are going to be discussing attendance and participation. What is required from you? We require that you attend all mandatory fellowship activities, the orientation, this one, the bootcamp sessions, as Kike Lomo already mentioned, that will be running Thursdays, Fridays, and then Saturdays just for a month, right? And we expect that you attend all training sessions, assessment, and mentoring sessions. Look, guys, we have a lot in store for you, and I believe that 4 months is a lot of time to put you through the ringer to ensure that you come out being the community champions that we want you to be. However, we cannot achieve this if you don't show up to classes. Also, we would appreciate or we expect that you maintain at least 80% attendance. Now, we understand that different people have different things that they have to do during the day. And so, as much as possible, we've tried to ensure that our weekday classes are towards the evening after working hours or when you are while you are commuting home or you're already at home, right? So that's why we decided to put it at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and then Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. just so that it's able to accommodate both our facilitators and our fellows as well. I'm calling you the fellows. Then we would love for you to participate actively, engage in learning sessions, complete assignments and assessments, join discussions and practical exercises. These sessions are going to be as practical as possible. The only way to get the most of it is that you immerse yourself in these sessions and you take part of it to the fullest extent. Of course, sometimes some things just come up, life happens, and then you cannot attend. Please ensure to notify us as soon as possible. Towards the end of this session, we are going to, towards the end of the onboarding, we're going to furnish you with the different email addresses that you need to reach out for specific things, because there are some email addresses you need to send for tech support. There are some email addresses that go for maybe I can't attend classes, some email addresses for I have an issue with the assessment. So it's not one email address for everything, but you'll be getting the designated email addresses by the end of the orientation. I believe that will be tomorrow. So please don't panic yet. Just pay attention. So there's a reason why all of these things matter. And I believe that you've been able to even get a little understanding of why it matters. Attendance and active participation is part of our evaluation criteria. So there is no 100% guarantee that because you got admitted into this program, you'll be getting a certification or we will be graduating you later. It's just like a school or a university. Just because you get admission does not mean that you will be doing your convocation. There are steps to ensure that you get to the end of the race, right? Progression to the community project phase is conditional on satisfactory completion of the bootcamp phase and minimum attendance. So as Kiki already mentioned, we have two phases. We have the bootcamp phase that's just 1 month, and then we have the phase two, that's the community project phase, that is the remaining 3 months. To be able to transition from the boot camp to the community project phase, you need to satisfy all the completion expectations for the boot camp. So you cannot ghost the boot camp and then come for community projects, or you'd come for the boot camp twice, or you don't do your assessments, or you don't do your assignments. We will not be able to move you to the community project phase, because there are learnings that you should have gotten in the boot camp that you will not be able to get if you do not participate in the bootcamp. Lastly, is non-compliance may affect eligibility for program support, certification, community project implementation. It goes without saying. If you do not adhere to our expectations, there are certain things that we cannot do for you. So if you miss a session, as much as possible, try to notify us. We endeavor to record all our sessions so everybody can go back to it and everybody can understand how things go. And please ensure that all assignments, all assessments are completed within communicated timelines or deadlines. This is not supposed to be a cumbersome project or a cumbersome program. However, it's something that we expect that you put your all in. We're not trying to do a surface project. We're actually trying to impact our fellows so that they go ahead to impact the community at large. Moving forward will be Moving forward will be your learning activities and assessments. Pardon me, it's gotten so bright all of a sudden. Learning activities and assessments. So there are a couple of ways you learn. Like I said, it's a fully immersive program, right? So it's not just you're coming to class, you are hearing someone, or we're giving you materials to read. It's more than that. We have interactive workshops. We have collaborative learning. So amongst yourselves, we even expect collaborative learnings. And we will be creating groups to have everybody in, just so that everybody can have a one-on-one feel of each other. We would also have facilitated discussions. We would have facilitators come and, have conversations. We would have panel sessions. We would have practical assignments as well. Some of the assignments would be you are filling in a Google form. Some would be go out there, do the assignment and bring back the report of the assignment. Of course, you would see that especially in the project and community phase. The community implementation, of course, peer learning, case studies, and reflection activities. So these are the ways we are going to be assessing you during the 4 month fellowship. Knowledge checks. We would have random knowledge checks, random questions that we ask you just to know. So the knowledge check is for two things. First of all, to know that you understand what we are trying to explain, but to also evaluate whether or not our approach to this training has been effective enough. We'll also have reflection activities. We'll have practical assignments. Basically, everything I've mentioned. One thing, however, is that we would have a final community project presentation. Don't bother yourself too much about that. When it is getting towards that side, we're going to have like another show and tell again on what we expect and how you can carry it out. Attendance and participation, timely completion of assessments, quality of community projects, facilitation of community learning sessions, evidence of project implementation. All of these are important and compulsory. So one thing that I would just like to highlight today, however, we are going to go into depths of it tomorrow, is that we are going to actually be taking all of this on an LMS, a learning management system. So how you get your resources, how you get your assignments, how you also submit your assignments, all of that will be on the designated LMS. You have not been added to the LMS yet, just so that it doesn't cause confusion for you. That's why we've not added you to the LMS. We believe that it's best to first talk you through it before then adding you to the LMS. But I promise it is very intuitive, easy to understand, and easy to navigate. So in case you're just wondering, how do we do all of this? Is it just via video calls and all of that? No, there's much more. We have a lot in store for you. Lastly will be the fellowship agreement. So sometime ago, I believe it was 2 to 3 weeks ago, Kike had sent out an email that contained an MOU. I want to just highlight that it's a binding document. So I really hope that you read the document and you know what you're getting yourselves into. This is not a threat, I promise you. It's just a document that outlines everything expected of you, everything expected of Tech for Dev. And of course, I believe that you also know that you had to get a referee to, attest to your character and your commitment. That referee is also a person we can reach out to if for some reason you don't show up to classes and we are concerned, oh, we've not seen Ibrahim in a while. Is everything okay? Let's reach out to his referee. Hello, Ibrahim is there as a referee. We admitted him for a program. He has not been able to show up for the program. We just want to be sure everything is fine. Now, this is a refresher for everybody that signed the MOU and probably doesn't really remember to what extent it was discussed in the MOU. First of all, here are the things that you should expect from Tech for Dev. We will provide adequate training, mentorship, and support. We will do what we have promised to do. We will train you adequately. We will give you mentorship and we will give you support. We will provide reasonable guidance on designing and implementing your community project. Reasonable guidance. We will not be designing and implementing your community project for you. However, we will guide you on how to design and implement your project. The work is still in your hands. That is how you become the change makers in your community. It's not Tech for Dev that will say, this is your project, go and do it. You are the one that will decide, this is what I want to work on. Of course, with all the munitions that we would have given you during the bootcamp and the community implementation phase. Finally, we will assess your performance and determine whether they meet the conditions for certification. I would like to mention that the participants guide will be sent to you at a later time, so you can take your time to actually sit down, read it, and understand all of these expectations. This may feel like a lot of information is coming at you at once. That's fine. We have a document that we'll be sending to you via mail. So, what we expect from you, or what is an expectation from you according to the MOU? Of course, we expect that you attend, participate, and submit assignments and reports by the deadlines set. If for some reason you cannot meet up with the deadline, please ensure you communicate early. The reason is because we have externals that actually mark these assignments, right? We have subject matter experts and we have facilitators that are in charge of ensuring that the assignments are marked credibly. So it's not somebody sitting in their room and saying, let me give this person 10 over 100, let me give this person 20 over 100. We actually have experts that will be marking the assignments, right? And so that's why we need you to communicate deadlines as quickly as possible. Of course, we also expect that you design, implement, and complete a community project within the program period. We have stipulated 4 months for this program. We wouldn't want to go further than that, right? We wouldn't want to go further than that. So please, within the time period, of course, we will give you considerable time to prepare, plan, and all of that. It's not going to be, we give you the community project today, we expect you to go and do a whole research and submit tomorrow. There is going to be considerable time given. Finally, we expect that you reach a minimum of 80 to 100 beneficiaries. No project starts until approved in writing. So towards the end, you'll see that would actually ask that you do a project design and it will be approved. If not approved, we'll give our feedback on what you can work on. Now, some of the things that you are going to be bringing into this program: a suitable laptop, a computer, a tablet, or a mobile device, any device at all that can access the internet, that can be used to deliver what you are being taught at Tech for Dev is completely fine. We will not be providing you any form of hardware. The second one is reliable internet access. Reliable internet access, that is also yours to manage. Electricity, software, and other tools reasonably required. We are going to ensure that to the best of our ability, every software tool that we expect of you are free tools. So if we say stuff like AI tools, we are going to be working with you on the free tier. It's not mandatory that you pay for our software tools. We are going to be using free tools with you. Now, if you want to go ahead to use a paid version of that tool, that is on you, not on Tech for Dev. Finally, on using AI, because you are in fact going to come across a lot of AI here. We are an AI first organization, so we have no problem with AI. However, you may use it where it is consistent with our objectives and Tech for Dev guidelines. The truth is, AI is very good, but it doesn't have as much context as you, a human being. So sometimes we would prefer, or we would rather that you were the one that took into consideration that task or that project rather than just giving it to AI and it gives you something generic. Use AI responsibly, ethically, and transparently. You remain solely responsible for all the work you submit. Wherever you use AI, be transparent to say, I used AI or with the help of AI. Never plagiarize, never misrepresent authorship, and never manipulate assessments. One thing that will go a long way in ensuring community impact is um, transparency, transparency, and transparency. All right. Thank you very much. I believe I have come to the end of my session. Back to you, Kike.
Okay, thank you so much, Ololade, for that comprehensive session. I believe everyone is now equipped with expectations, what we expect from fellows, what the learning journey would look like, and basically everything that you need with regards to evaluation, everything you need to know with regards to how you'll be evaluated and how you'll be certified at the end of the journey. I believe we are all aware of that. We have that knowledge now. Okay, so the next session is the storytelling session, and that session will be handled by Esosa. Hi, Esosa. Hi, Esosa. Okay, so Tita is setting up. Let's just give a few minutes and she's almost here, yes. Okay.
Please confirm if you can see my screen. Okay, great. Hi, good morning, everybody. Kike, Blessing, and everyone that has come before me has said a lot, and it's wonderful to see that you all have made it to be part of the BDEI Community Champion. It's not an easy feat because a lot of people applied and you are the selected few, and it's wonderful to have you with us on this journey. Like I mentioned, it's a journey, and your journey is not expressive if you are not actually putting it out there for people to see what you are doing throughout the course of this program from the beginning. Okay, so basically, I will just be here to take you on a session on storytelling, talking about the fact that as much as you've joined the program, it will make a lot of sense if you actually put yourself out there, communicate and share your story in a way that people can relate and see what you're doing. And you should also know that the story that you're sharing is not just for yourself, it's also for people to be able to see, interviewers, future interviewers, employers to actually be able to see, and also as a motivation to yourself. Because there are sometimes I know people just stay and be like, oh, what am I doing? Or I'm not doing so much. And then when you actually sit down to give a breakdown from today, your orientation, oh, I attended the BDEI Community Champion orientation started today, and we did this, we're taught this is what I plan to achieve at the course of the program, and you post that kind of story online, it actually motivates other people to want to join or even be like you, and it motivates you also that you're actually going on this wonderful journey, because it's not easy to choose the fact that you actually want to give impact to people in your community, people who actually need it, and then you communicate it online in a way that people see and relate to your story, and you also as a part to your bag that you really did that. So not to take too much of your time, Basically, storytelling, as I already explained, is a powerful tool for your career growth. In layman terms, storytelling is not a fiction. It's literally an intentional communication. You communicating everything that you're going to go through. Olalade just concluded the fact that, that there's a curriculum, and I know that each of this curriculum is broken down into phases. And imagine if you complete one phase and you put it out there and you communicate, I just completed the boot camp. This is what I learned. This is what I was able to do. They just took me on a journey on how to actually create the perfect pitch deck when I want to go to my community. All of those things are intentional communication, communicating what you're learning. You don't have to wait till the program finish. You can communicate even while the program is ongoing and while you're even going through the training phases and also going into your communities. Of course, sharing experiences in a way that connects, in a way that influences, and also in ways that inspires. Like I said, connects you to people, connects you to interviewers, connects you to employers, and also in a way connects you to yourself, because I know a lot of people are very reserved when it comes to sharing their stories. They're always particular of, I don't want people to see what I'm doing, or I don't know how to put my story out there. I want to say gone are the days when who would actually stay reserved and say you don't want to put what you're doing out there, because a lot of opportunities that everyone gets today comes from just them sharing their stories. So storytelling actually goes a long way, and your story doesn't have to be generic. Like already mentioned, I know that AI has already taken over the world, which is great, but there has to be a balance. There's the way AI writes your story to the way you actually experienced it. So using AI to write your stories is fair, but you don't have to put it out there yet without actually cross-checking the details, putting the emotions, because people will not be able to relate to you if your story is just generic. If it's just AI, you're literally doing copy and paste from AI and they are putting it online. Like I feel like as much as AI is popular everywhere, people can now tell stories that are AI written. So you have to construct it in a way that you experience it. For example, when you start going into the community, when you go there, what you experience, people you taught, what you taught them about, things like that. So all of those things will fall emotions, will actually give facts, broken down facts, and also connect the audiences and even future employers and interviewers to what you're learning throughout the program. So why storytelling matters, I think I already touched on this a bit. It helps you to stand out in interviews, LinkedIn, also pitches, just putting yourself out there that you are doing something wonderful. There's no point of you hiding. You're doing a great thing. It's not easy for you to decide that you actually want to impact people in the community. Like most of these people don't even have access to computers and then systems. Some of them don't even know how to use them, and you are impacting this kind of people. Of course, please share your story out there. It also make your skills and your journey memorable. Like I mentioned, it makes it memorable to you, it makes it memorable to everyone. And I know that I feel like almost everybody on this call, when we want to purchase something that we like, that we see online, when we don't have the money to purchase it at the moment, we end up taking screenshots and maybe save it on our phone just so we can come back to it. So basically, and imagine the excitement you now get when you now finally get the money and then you purchase what you already screenshotted since, and then you buy it. So that's actually something memorable. So share your journey. You went there, you met a lot of people in the community, this is what happened. It just makes people know that you are doing this, like you really did that. And also to yourself, you keep these memories to yourself, and not just to yourself alone. You put it out there to everyone to see that you're doing something wonderful. It also helps you to build personal brand and credibility, and also creates emotional connection and trust. So a very simple storytelling structure will be the acronym CARL, where C stands for context, which means what situation were you in? So I'm sure a lot of people see everybody's content now. Everybody's doing a day in my life or spend a day in my life with me. And then you see people start from, I woke up, I did this is what I wore. That kind of content can actually be broken down also to your story. Your story can either be video or written. So It most likely may not necessarily be just LinkedIn. It can also be videos. It can also be written. We would also encourage you to actually be versatile with sharing your story. What situation were you in? And we know that people relate to like human relatable stories, basically, especially day in the life memories. So imagine you giving us that kind of context. We want to watch your story or even read about your story from the beginning to the end, breaking down what situation you were in. The acronym A stands for action, which is what did you do? Of course, when you go to the community, what did you do today? Or when you joined the boot camp, what were you taught today? What did you learn today? Things like that. And the acronym R stands for results, like what changed because of you. So I know that there are going to be a lot of touching stories when we start going to the communities, and then you get there and maybe you are seeing a child that cannot make use of a laptop or a system, or doesn't even know the dynamics of what to, even maybe as little as maybe knowing the Google Docs, and then you are teaching that particular child. So imagine the motivation or the happiness that comes to you when you see that this particular child can now use a laptop or knows what Google Doc is. Imagine you incorporating that into your story, because that's a result. It changed that for you. That actually moved something in you that, oh, I did that. I was able to actually pass this knowledge to this kid or to this young lady or guy. Of course, lesson. What did you learn or how did you grow? Like I mentioned, I know there will be a training phase before you start deploying to your community or various communities, right? So, of course, there'll be lessons of what you learned. Each day will come with its own lesson. Each day will come with you grow every day. You will never remain the same. The first day, for example, the first day you're going to go into your community will not actually be how, or the story will not be the same when you're actually about to complete the program, because the first day will obviously look, oh, I'm just going there for the first time. People are just saying for the first time. But when you keep on going throughout the week, course of the week, and throughout the course of the program, you would see that what you learn every day actually changes. And of course, sharing them and using this particular structure will just give it just gives a directive on how we would actually love for you to structure your stories online. Like I mentioned, C, context, A stands for action, R for results, and L for lesson. A perfect story example, I'll use Ariola as a case study, will be maybe spotlighting 2 months into the BDEI community champion, and then she shared her journey and her learnings on LinkedIn consistently. And I think the mistake most people make is you say, oh, I want to start doing this. I want to post about my story. I want to post what I'm learning. And then you post one day, and then maybe in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you come back and post. I don't think that will give you the drive that you want. How about you come back each day, you post about it, consistently actually build the kind of brand. There's no brand that was built based on I'll post it today, or procrastination of I'll post it today, I'll post it next week, I'll post when I'm ready. I know there has to be a level of consistency with you actually posting your story, a level of consistency, a level of intentionality of how you actually want to put out your stories out there. And I would like to say that you taking on this program, it means that you see yourself as a brand. So of course, putting all of these stories out there consistently builds that particular brand for you. Ariola also, and imagine an organization saw a post and then reached out to her. Like I mentioned earlier in this conversation, that future employees tend to want to even see what you're doing online. They want to see what you're putting online. Some of them now request for, oh, can I see your social media handle? Can I see your LinkedIn? And they want to see what you're putting online. It's just like a front-end developer trying to build something, and then you don't have a breakdown of how you built, what problem you're trying to solve, and what you built. So things like that. It also puts you, like I mentioned, you're a brand. So it positions you in the best way possible for future organizations to reach out to you based on what you're doing and based on what you're impacting. And of course, then she gets an internship with her applying. And what made this possible is storytelling. Storytelling made her visible to the whole world, basically. You can use your story in different ways, in interviews, networking introduction, LinkedIn profiles and posts, scholarships and application, in pitching your ideas or project. And I know that during the course of the training, you will also be taught on some of these tactics in a way you can put yourself out there, especially when you start going into the communities and then you want to introduce who you are and what you're about to do in the community. An activity, a short activity will just be share a moment where you solved the problem or made an impact. Basically, right? Remember our acronym: context, action, results, and lesson. You can also share that with us now in the chat, or like today is a perfect example. Today is the first day of your orientation and your onboarding. So of course, you can share your story. Oh, I got selected to be the community champion. This is what I want to do. This is what I plan to achieve within the course program. And at Tech for Dev, we are interested in these stories, and we'll definitely repost and share and also comment and reply as a lot of stories as you put it out there. Few tips for powerful storytelling: be clear and concise as possible. Like I said, don't be generic, don't copy and paste from AI. Try to rephrase your words in a way that people can relate to it and has the human feeling and human touch. Use real examples, not generic phrases. Show impact with numbers if possible, because I know you're going to be going into communities. So of course, number of people that you reached out to today, what they learned and things like that. Speak naturally, not robotically. I already touched on this on the AI. Practice your story, and with time, your story gets better. So your final key takeaway from this session: your story is your unique advantage. Like I mentioned, it's your brand. You don't need to be perfect. Just be real, as real can be. Use your storytelling to open doors and also grow your career as you embark on this program. To also amplify this, I'm going to be dropping a Get DP link in the group chat. It just helps you to create a specialized link where you add your image and you create that and you post on social media across all the platforms. I'll also be dropping our Tech for Dev social media handles for across all the platforms in the chat alongside the Get DP, because one thing you need to understand is you can share your story. Share your story is one thing, but we will not be able to see this story and help you amplify for it to reach the better audience if you don't tag us across all the social media platforms where you put out your stories. And also, you cannot be on this program and you are not following Tech for Them across all our social media platforms. I already told Kike, maybe we'll add it to the fine that you will have to sign. But yeah, thank you very much for listening to my talk, and I look forward to seeing all of your stories online. Over to you, Kike.
Okay, thank you, Esosa, for that amazing one. Thank you for sharing how participants can share their stories, how they can document and share their stories during this journey. Okay, so we are moving to the end of the session, and we can see that there are several questions on the chat box. We are noting everything, and please permit us to answer all of your questions tomorrow. We have noted all your questions. You can bring them back tomorrow also, and we'll be here to answer them. Thank you so much, everyone. We have come to the end of the first day of our orientation. Congratulations once again, everyone. Congratulations. And thank you for joining. And it is a wrap for today. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you tomorrow, see you tomorrow, see you tomorrow, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Time is 10 a.m. 10 a.m. tomorrow. Please be punctual so that we can start early. Bye, everyone. Okay, so before we go, Esosa she has dropped the link for Get Your DP. Please use it for your and we're also going to share that to your email so that you can have access to it. Yes. All right, bye, and do enjoy the rest of your day.
Quando der só não vou personal ainda, você vai defender.
Lá para frente, eu já li.
Não tem.